First one, everybody says over and over again because it's so true, but it is your core. Your core is your foundation. Your limbs extend from it. It dictates how the rest of your body performs. When your core isn't locked in and stable, it causes many issues everywhere else. Here are some exercises I like to do that will help translate over to sprinting and running. A beginner exercise that I like just for you to get a feel for deep core engagement and start integrating into the upper body is a bear stance lift, okay? So from here, you are going to set up your core, always putting your head down so we're fully in line. And then you are going to first get used to the bottom portion, your pelvic alignment. Sometimes it helps to start with an arch and then exhale, engage that deep core. Then you're going to lift off the ground. Once you feel comfortable with the pelvic portion, then you're going to add the ribs and upper back. So you're going to tuck your ribs down with a second inhale if needed. You can do it on the first inhale. You can add some weight to it if you want, like this when you're really advanced. Okay. So tuck those ribs down, and then you're going to think about a string pulling this way to lift your chest. The trick here is to not let your back arch like that because it will want to. So you're going to have to really reinforce your engagement here. So pelvic alignment, ribs, upper back. It's a subtle movement, but you will feel it if you're doing it right. Then lift. An overhead march is a great one to start with to help integrate the movement of your limbs, adding rotation with proper posture and deep core engagement. Overhead component helps challenge that extension because when your arms are overhead, your upper back wants to extend to be able to hold them up. Of course, we can't hunch while we're holding overhead. Oftentimes what happens when we're overhead, our ribs come out. So this is why I really love the overhead variation because it challenges us to keep our ribs down and everything stacked. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to always have a bend in my knees and hips. Then make sure my pelvis is aligned. I'm going to stack those ribs down and then think about a slight lift in my chest to make sure I'm extended here. Okay, from the front, okay, you'll see that I shift over onto the working leg. I'm not just staying and letting my hips jut out. I'm shifting over, and then I'm going to rotate towards the up leg. Shift over, rotate towards the up leg. Okay, making sure whatever leg is up, you're thinking about pushing that hip and knee a little bit forward to really get that rotation, because a lot of times when we rotate, our hip wants to follow that rotation. So you're going to push that knee and hip forward, and you're going to feel that a lot more. As you can see, I'm really trying to keep this down here. Just a few reps is pretty tiring to me, especially when I'm reinforcing that hip forward so I can actually truly rotate through the right spot and really feel the activation.